Hey guys, how's it going? It's Molly. I'm here today to do my September haul. I just recently uploaded my August haul because I got way behind on things, but I'm getting back on track. I typically will film and upload these about a month after the month that they're about, if that makes sense. And that way I've had some time to play with the products. I can share my thoughts on them. I can offer some sort of like speed reviews along with just showing you guys what I purchased. So let's get started. I feel like I kind of went a little bit ham again. I went ham in August. I went ham in September. I'm sensing a low buy in my future to atone for my sins. Okay, so the first purchase that I made was with Colourpop. I bought a few of their Zodiac quads. These came out a while ago. And they have 12 of them. I'm assuming, are there 12 Zodiacs? I feel like there's 12. I don't know a lot about the Zodiac, I will say. But the ones I purchased, I got the Pisces one, which looks like this. And for all of these, the top two are shimmers, the bottom two are mattes. These are beautiful. You've got some duochromes, you've got some shimmers, and just absolutely beautiful, beautiful shades. The mattes in these palettes are buttery and blendable. They remind me a lot of like Lorac mattes. So if you like that formula, I think you would like these. They blend out like a dream. They're pigmented. They are smooth and creamy. They're really, really nice. And the shimmers also are wonderful. Like they're not those dry shimmers that some Colourpop palettes have in them. I'm thinking of, like their 9-pan palettes sometimes have just some really dry shades. I noticed that in my August haul, I shared with you some of the 9-pan palettes that I purchased. Well, I shared all of the 9-pan palettes that I purchased, but I purchased some of their 9-pan palettes. And like in Making Mauves and That's Taupe, those palettes especially, some of the shimmers are super dry. It's weird. I don't understand why Colourpop is messing with their formulas. It doesn't make any sense to me, but they definitely do. And then this one, here I'm swatching first and then it's a terrible swatch. My pinkies are crooked, so I have a really hard time swatching with those. Let me try this again. Okay. So there is this one swatched. This is The Secret Life of Scorpio. I was especially drawn to this one. I love these berries and purples, especially for fall. Yes, please. Gorgeous eye looks. And then the last one, of course, I had to get Tender Loving Cancer because I am a Cancer, even though I don't really follow the Zodiac at all. Still. And I was especially drawn to like these duochrome shimmers. Oh my gosh, the purple at the top is like, sorry, the shade here, it's like a purple silver with like some gold. It's really amazing. This is just one of those iridescent, like unicorn farts sort of shades. And then these two mattes are beautiful. So yeah, these I want to say, I don't remember how much they retail for. They're very reasonable. Quality is excellent. I highly recommend them. I kind of want to get the rest of them. I don't need to though. I don't need to have a collectionist mentality. I really don't. Okay, now I also purchased one of their new Fresh Kiss glossy lip stains. This is in the shade Cherry Up. And it is beautiful. I did a full face, not a full face. I did use this recently in a trying new makeup video. It is so nice. And I really love this formula. It's exactly what it says it is. It's a glossy lip stain. It goes on like a gloss, but it stains your lip. It wears off beautifully. I don't notice any issues with this. It's not sticky. It's not patchy. It's just gorgeous. Highly recommend those. I want to try their other new one. It's like the glossy, the lip, I don't remember what it is. I shouldn't even mention it, but they have another new lippy that I'm wanting to try. And then I also picked up a few of the Tinkerbell products. So I picked up one of the blushes. This is the shade Magic Moon. If you watched my Colourpop video, you know I love this. I love this a lot. This is absolutely gorgeous. It is so glowy. It's just this really glowy sort of coral blush, but it's not too intense. And it's, I mean, it looks extremely glowy in the pan. Like, honestly, it looks like it could be a highlighter for a deeper skin tone. But I love it as a blush. I had to force myself to stop using it. When I did my most recent Shop My Stash, I had to force myself to stop using that one because I knew that I had other blushes that needed my attention. But oh my gosh, it is gorgeous. And I think the packaging is really cute too, with Tinkerbell on it there. I know, my ring light is distracting. Okay, and then of course I picked up the Tinkerbell palette. I initially wasn't going to, but then I watched that girl Shay. I watched her video and she convinced me that I needed to have it. So here is the packaging. I think it's adorable. And for whatever reason, okay, also like this mirror, I think it's so cute. That is so cute. And it seems like their pan sizes are bigger than normal. Aren't they? They do appear to be a little bit larger. This color story is beautiful. I'm pretty sure I did swatches in my Colourpop video, so if you want to see swatches of this, you can reference back to that. Just because if I do swatches of everything that I got, then we're gonna be here for forever. So this is phenomenal. Phenomenal. Again, these shimmers are incredible. They're not dry. They're very comfortable. I am really glad that they don't have any of the Super Shock formula in this one. I don't really love the Super Shock formula. I prefer it in a pot. I do love the Super Shock blush and highlighter formula, but when it comes to the eyes, it's not my favorite. So I love that these are just traditional shimmers. You've got this beautiful gold. Oh God, I just want to touch these shades. I know, I can't help it. I have to swatch some. Oh, the only shade in here that I have not used is the shade Place Between, which is this shimmer here. But look at how pretty that is. Like, these shimmers aren't super thick. They're relatively thin, but they're beautiful. So, so good. The look that I came up with this was one of my favorite looks that I've ever done. It was very nice. So again, I definitely recommend this one. This Colourpop order was a slam dunk. It was I was very lucky. Okay. I also placed an order with Ulta. This was part of their 21 Days of Beauty. I technically placed the order the last day of August. I think it was August 31st. Got these products in September. Let's talk about them. Peach and Lily Glassy Skin Balm. Glassy Skin Refining Serum. My bad. So, what is it supposed to do? Glassy, transparent, poreless skin is achieved when skin is well hydrated and without inflammation and free radical damage. A revolutionary cocktail of peach extract, niacinamide, wild yam, madecassoside, peptides, and hyaluronic acid help to hydrate, calm, brighten, and firm skin. Crystal clear glass skin is yours. You know, it hasn't done anything bad to my skin. And one could argue I didn't really have any issues that it needed to fix. I have relatively healthy skin. I don't know. It's fine. I use this in the mornings. I don't use it at night. I have a different serum that I use at night. It's not oh wow, I noticed a huge difference. But like I said, that could just be there wasn't enough, that my skin didn't need a difference. It was already good. And this is helping to keep it good. Sounds good. We'll go with that. I like that. So as far as, whether or not I recommend it, I can't really say. I think it's fine. It's a fine product. It's not amazing. That being said, I could see myself repurchasing it in the future. because I do like it. And my skin feels hydrated and it feels pretty happy. So we're good. Okay, next, I got this Ofra liquid lipstick in the shade Mocha. That's what I have on today. Now this to me looks more like a rich mauve. I was hoping for more of a brown, which typically I don't want, but for whatever reason right now with fall, I do. But that being said, I'm not mad about it. Like, I think this is a very flattering shade. I think it's beautiful. I think it's good for this time of year, for fall and winter months, even summer. I mean, it is a universal lip shade, in my opinion, for me. That's not universal at all. What I'm trying to say is I think that I can use this any time of year and be happy with it. I also think it could be a universal lip shade. I could see this looking good on pretty much everybody. But yeah, I do love the Ofra liquid lipsticks. I think that they have a phenomenal formula. It's not terribly drying. And it's pretty comfortable. So, and it lasts and it doesn't transfer. Yep, no transfer. And I love that. So I hate liquid lipsticks that dry my lips out really bad. And this one just, it doesn't. Their formula is really fantastic. Okay, apparently I was feeling the Disney collabs because not only did I get the Tinkerbell collab with Colourpop, I also picked up the Sigma and Cinderella collab. I filmed a look with this and I think I am going to post that. It was like a first impressions and review. I haven't filmed the review portion. I need to do that and get that up. So I'm not going to do swatches here. You will just have to wait and see. But here is what she looks like. I think this color story is beautiful. I will say it's maybe a little bit grungy, not grungy, but just deep, if that makes sense. It's hard to get a wash of color with this one. You're pretty much going to get an intense eye look no matter what you do, unless you stick to just a shimmer. But that's not really my style. I typically, I'm gonna lay down some mattes, I'm gonna deepen up my outer V, I'm gonna deepen up my crease, and then I'm gonna slap a shimmer on my lid. That's what I like to do. So because of that, I haven't gotten a ton of use out of this. I have tried every shade though. So it is time for me to give my review. So stay tuned. I am going to film that soon, probably next week. Or maybe I'll upload this later and film, I don't know. Just stay tuned. Or maybe it's already up. Your guess is as good as mine. Okay, and then I also picked up the blush and highlight. Now, I'm just going to tell you, I love this. I at first did not. But the more that I've played with this, the better it is. This shade here, it's just a beautiful peach matte. It is straight up matte. There's no shimmer in it at all. And this highlight is popping. Like, it's very beaming. It's very bright. And yeah, I'll go more in depth in the actual review video. So like I said, tune in. Okay, I do have a video up on this. This is the Nomad Haunted Europe palette. Here is what he looks like. I don't know why it's a man, but it is. Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it. So the 3 looks that I came up with in that video, if you're curious, you should check it out. But my favorite one was the green look, and I used these, like this green row. So good. I've also done a look with like this shade as a transition shade, this to deepen things up, and then I popped this shimmer on my lid. Listen, I love this shimmer. I really do. It is just such a fun shade. Like, it's not too gold. I mean, it's gold, but it's got some extra warmth. Okay, gold is already warm. What am I trying to say? It's maybe got some orange to it. And I think it's relatively unique in that way. So yeah, I do love this. The look that I came up with in the 3 looks 1 palette where I was using the grays, not my favorite. but I was very clear that I don't typically like gray eyeshadow. It isn't my favorite. It's probably, of all the eyeshadows, gray is my least favorite. I just don't like it. But that being said, I think they did the gray tones very, very well here. So I could see myself, instead of, like, with that look, I think I used Brand Castle as my, like, transition shade, and that was just too much. So I could see myself using Ghost River as transition, and then going in with Big Bad Wolf, like, on my outer V, and maybe a little bit up into my crease, and then whatever this forest shade is, I cannot pronounce it, but this one is gorgeous. So yeah, as far as the formula goes, again, these mattes blend out beautifully. They're not patchy or skippy, with the exception of Brand Castle. And I think it's just because grays are a little bit more difficult to formulate. But yeah, the mattes blend out beautifully. The shimmers are maybe a little bit thin, but they're versatile. You can use a wet brush and build them up to the opacity that you want. Or if you don't want a super opaque shimmer, you can get a wash of color with these. And that's really nice. In fact, when I did the warmer toned look that I described using this one, I didn't wet my brush, and it was amazing. One of my favorite looks that I've come up with lately. I'm really loving what I've got going on here. Okay, now this was definitely an impulse buy. I purchased this back in June, and I just got it in September. It's the Glamlight and Michaela palette. I honestly did not know who Michaela was. And then I watched some of her videos, and she's knowledgeable. She's good at what she does, but I still don't typically, I just don't tune in that often to her content. But then again, I don't typically watch beauty TikTok, and I don't know if she has a YouTube or not. So my TikTok is a lot of like mental health and pets and story times. That's what that's what TikTok is showing me based on what I have liked on the app. So I don't see a lot of beauty TikTok. That being said, I will say, as far as this eyeshadow palette goes, I do really like it. I like the color story. I haven't tried it. My assumption is that this formula is just like Glamlight's other formula. And if that's the case, it's going to be a good palette. Their mattes are great. They're maybe a little bit more pigmented than some of these other mattes that I've talked about. And their shimmers, oh my God, so pretty. So pretty. Can't even quite handle it. They're just, yeah. I'm into the Glamlight shimmers a whole lot. So I don't have a whole lot to report on this one just because I haven't used it yet. But yeah. And I'm sure you guys have seen stuff on it already, because most people who got this got it on the first round. Like, I got it on the restock. Like, it's old news. It's been out for a long time. Okay, and then the final thing is the bPerfect Carnival Antidote palette. I did a 3 looks 1 palette video on this and a review. I'm pretty sure I have swatches in that video, I think. Was I crazy enough to do swatches? I might have been. It's beautiful. Okay, this is so pretty. The matte formula is maybe not my favorite. I have used nearly all of the shades. There's a few shades I haven't used yet, but some of them can be somewhat patchy, maybe a little bit dry, maybe not as blendable and creamy and smooth as like these Colourpop mattes that I was talking about. But they're just like a step down from that. They're not, it's not like they're terrible, because they're not. They're very good. They're pigmented. A little bit goes a long way. But I like that. I do enjoy like a pigmented yet blendable matte, and I feel like that's pretty accurately describing this. But the real, like, the shimmers are what steal the show with this one. They're absolutely impeccable. They're super creamy, super smooth. that just rich foiled shimmer. If that's your jam, this palette is great. It's also like an amazing fall palette. It's huge, first of all, which could be a con, but it doesn't really bother me. I'm personally very happy that I have it. I fell in love with the color story. I've all of their other releases. I remember looking at them and just being like, that's way too many shadows. I don't need that. And then they came out with this guy, and this is what I want in an eyeshadow palette. I mean, we can condense it down, get rid of some of the shades, but like, this color story. Yes. So good. Okay, great. So that is everything. That was a lot, but that is all that I'm going to talk about today. If you enjoyed today's video, I hope that you will consider subscribing before you go. Give me a thumbs up, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.